Hi. Okay, so I haven't done this in a while. It's been a few weeks actually. I think we went on vacation and I went and did some other stuff. And you gotta get out there and live life and enjoy it, and then do all this other stuff. So yeah, we just had a fun trip in Florida. Did some really fun stuff. Went gator chasing. What else did we do? A bunch of fun stuff. Went to a spring training game in Dunedin. Caught the Jays. They lost, but shit happens. um, Stayed at a hotel, and we had like the whole thing shut down, fire alarms, fire trucks, just like 4 fire trucks, and I'm going to say at least 8 cop cars or sheriff, whatever you call them in the States. And everybody came. We had to rush the kids all down 5 flights of stairs. So that was enjoyable. That was entertaining, let's say. So I have a beautiful, beautiful friend, and she's getting married, and she has requested some lemon blueberry scones. So that is exactly what I'm going to do today. And I thought I would film it in case she wants to see how her beautiful scones were made. All right, so what we're going to do is I like to whip my butter just slightly, not whipped, but just a little bit, a little bit. See the consistency there? It's not whipped. It is still firm, but that's how I like to roll. So I pulled everything out here. I will tell you what I'm using along the way, and I will also put the ingredients in the captions because these are delicious. So everybody should make them. And I'm sorry if I look like a bag of whatever. I really just don't care. I don't want to put a face on every day. And it is what it is. I'm exhausted, but I'm exhausted whenever I wake up. So the last thing I want to do is put on a face because you know what? 5 cups of coffee didn't work, but you know what? Making these are going to work. Okay, so we have our butter. So what we're also going to put in is 2 eggs. We're doing a double batch today. So what I'm going to say is never crack your eggs into your ingredients. In case you get a shell, you're going to lose your shell, and then you're going to have to throw away the whole thing because who wants to crunch on crunchy eggshells? So 2 eggs in your bowl. Okay, I also have 2 cups of wild blueberries because if you're making lemon blueberries, you need the blueberries. All right. I have the juice of 1 lemon and also the zest of 1 lemon. So what you're also going to want to do is keep about 1/3 of this back because you're going to use it for decorating the top of your scones, to make them beautiful and visually appealing, and also have that really nice freshness taste that's not been actually baked into it. So I'm going to take 2/3 of that and put it in here. Beautiful. There you are. All right, what you're also going to add in is you're going to add in 1 teaspoon of salt and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. There we go. All right, also you're going to use 1 cup of buttermilk. I mix all this in at once. I know some people do it separately. I like throwing it all in there at once and letting it all kind of meet each other. So also what you're going to do is 4 cups of all-purpose flour. There we go. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go put this on the stand mixer and give it a little mix up, and then I will come back and we will go over the next part. So once you have everything kind of mixed in, what you want to do is stop halfway if you're using the mixer so you're not over mixing it, and then just make sure you scrape the sides of your bowl just to incorporate everything. Stuff gets stuck to the sides, so you want to make sure that that's all incorporated without overworking your dough. And then also once you're at this stage, separate day, you want to have all of your tools, sorry, bang shit all over the place. You want to have the tools that you're going to need in order to put your scones together. So this is a double batch. So I've got my slicey thing. I also have my duster because this is amazing. If you don't have one of these, why not? It's beauty. And then also my scone cutter. So this way you know you're getting perfect, exact slices because perfection is the key. All right, get your shit going, little dusties. And the blueberries, because blueberries are juicy, it is so messy. But go to town and have fun. Why not? Oh yeah. Look at how beautiful she is. And I'm just saying there is no excuse for a messy space. Clean as you go. Don't be gross. Like I said, this part does get messy because it is really juicy. I use only real ingredients. So we actually used a lemon, zested, juiced, the blueberries. Everything is real. Nothing is artificial, dehydrated, or any of that garbage. This is food. Okay. So I'm going to set half aside and work on this guy. Again, you need to use more flour. Use more flour. It's super juicy, so that little extra isn't going to hurt it. So once it's in like a nice round little circle, you then take your cutter and place it right in the center so you know you're getting the perfect shape. Beautiful. There you go. So these are our first set of scones. So my cutter makes 6 scones per batch. I don't like to be skimpy. I like to have some good meaty scones. If you're going to have them, have them. So then what you're going to do is place this on a parchment lined cookie sheet. And what we're going to do is after they are chopped and set on the sheet, put them in the fridge for at least 20 minutes. You want that butter to harden back up so then when they're actually baking, it keeps that fluffiness, that flakiness, and the moisture in your biscuits. Because what's the point of eating it if it doesn't taste good? All right, I'll be back. Okay, so there is the first group of 6. I'm going to put that into the fridge and let it harden for about 20 minutes before baking it. So you are going to bake this at 350 for about 20-25 minutes, and they'll come out beautiful, and then I'll show you how to make the glaze and put them all together. Okay, so our dozen scones are now done, and what your job is now is to clean your shit up. Clean up your mess. Okay, so all of our scones are now freshly out of the oven. We've got a nice golden top, nice golden bottom. Perfect, smell beautiful. So what we're gonna do is I have our lemon zest here. I'm also gonna use like a little sprinkle of sugar, and then I have our glaze. So I like to keep it a little bit of a like a runnier glaze consistency for scones. And all that's in here is lemon juice, about a teaspoon of vanilla, probably about a cup of powdered sugar, and maybe about 4 teaspoons of water. These little whisks are absolutely wonderful for just mixing up small batch glaze. So just make sure it's all incorporated, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it into a piping bag. That way I have more control over where it goes. Right back. Start off with making a small hole at the bottom of your bag. Doesn't matter what way you do it. You're not decorating cookies, so you don't need to be precise. Just be sure that you're doing it off to the side where your ingredients are. That way the little tip goes nowhere near your product. So just go back and forth. I like to do one pass first, and then I go back and I do another. And then that's when I put on a little sprinkling of sugar and then our lemon zest. So you know that everything has full coverage and everything it needs. And then who doesn't like a little more glaze, right? It's back and forth. Okay, so there is a touch left. So what you're gonna do at this point is just go and put a very small dusting of a thick sugar on top. Very, very, very small. Just to give it that little sweetness. And then that's when I also go on while it's still wet and you put on your zest. And don't be afraid of the zest. It's beautiful and fresh. There we are. And then you go over the top just lightly with the rest of your glaze. That way it will hold the zest on there a little bit better and everything kind of locks in for when it sets. So there we are. So they are all decorated. So I am going to let this sit on the racks for probably about an hour before I package them, just to make sure they're nice and set and the glaze is no longer runny. It's just kind of like set on there like a honey dip donut. And then we will package it up, make it look beautiful, and send it off to a wonderful bride. So that's all I'm going to share for today. We packaged up all of our bridal party scones. We've already made bread this morning too, so I'm just going to finish packing up the rest and I'll make my way out and do some drop-offs. So enjoy the day and have fun.